warm welcome to the weather desk. It will be very cold in many areas of South Africa today as a result of those series of cold fronts that we saw making landfall in the western parts of the country over the weekend. But things first, we are urging you to send us those morning pictures, especially over the western parts of the country where conditions are still severe as a result of the weather conditions. And for today, we are expecting another cold front to make landfall later on this evening over the west coast of the country, resulting in another chance of very widespread rainfall over the Cape Metropole later on this evening, spreading towards the western interior, and only isolated rainfall is expected in the south coast of the Eastern Cape. And for the remainder of today, there is still a possibility of snow over the northern interior of the Eastern Cape, with a 30% probability of rainfall also expected in the Drakensberg region of KwaZulu-Natal. Clear weather conditions over the northern interior, but temperatures are very cold for this morning, especially here in the Highveld. In Johannesburg, we're expecting a minimum of -3 for this morning. And for today, there is still a series of warnings over the southern interior. Storm surge is expected along the south coast of the country. The ocean loops seem to be moving over into the interior of the southern coastal areas of the country, resulting in very bad conditions in the Western Cape and the Eastern Cape, and very strong and damaging winds are also expected over the southern interior of the Eastern Cape. Fell fires are as a result expected over the south coast of the Eastern Cape, spreading from Port Elizabeth and even reaching East London later on this afternoon. And very rough waves are also expected along the coastal areas of this province. And as a result of that approaching cold front in the west coast, we are expecting another good chance of flooding in the city of Cape Town, spreading towards the western interior of the Western Cape for today. Temperatures are very cold over Sutherland, dropping to a minimum of -5 for this morning, a minimum of -1 over DR. Even colder conditions going towards Vryburg in the northwest province at a minimum of -8 for this morning, a minimum of -6 for Kimberley and Bloemfontein. Johannesburg is at a minimum of -3 for this morning, but even colder conditions over the Eastern Free State, where we are seeing a minimum of -7 over Bethlehem, a minimum of -4 over Ermelo, and a minimum of -2 degrees over Ladysmith in KwaZulu-Natal. But along the coast, temperatures are at a minimum of 10 degrees for Port St. John's, a minimum of 9 for Gqeberha, and a low of 10 degrees over the city of Cape Town for this morning. And then later on this afternoon, temperatures are not improving over the central interior, with a temperature of only 4 degrees in the afternoon over Sutherland, a high of 13 in Bloemfontein, 11 degrees for Johannesburg and Bethlehem, similar conditions over Ermelo, and only 18 degrees over Polokwane for this afternoon. And cold weather conditions are expected as well over the Western Cape, with a high of 15 for Riversdale, and similar conditions over Vredendal in the West Coast district. And in the Eastern Cape, a maximum of only 13 for Komani, 22 over eThekwini in KwaZulu-Natal, and a high of 24 degrees over Richards Bay, which will be the warmest town over the country for today. In Bombela, we're only expecting a high of 18 and a high of 23 degrees over Musina for this afternoon. And tomorrow, another cold front will make landfall as well, once again over the western parts of the country. Widespread rainfall over the city of Cape Town, with a possibility of localized flooding spreading towards the western interior, and a slight chance of rainfall is expected over Namakwaland in the northern Cape. And further west in the Garden Route, there is also a slight chance of rainfall there later on in the afternoon. But very cold conditions will persist over the Eastern Cape, the Western Cape, but there is a slight recovery in the temperatures over the northeastern provinces. Clear weather conditions will persist over the Gauteng province. And that is all from the weather desk.